Doesn't matter how cold it is because it's a Wildcat Wednesday, and Keith Martin joins us from the Kansas State Extension Office. Keith, I want to thank you for coming in. We're talking calving management. You got a special class coming up here at the beginning of 2018. Let's take a quick dive into that before I get into some specifics.
You bet, Michael. Next Thursday, January the 4th, we're going to have a calving management school at the Oswego Community Center. It's going to get underway at 6 o'clock. With a meal after that will be the program. I'll be talking a little bit about ways that we can improve immune transfer, because we know that calves are born with no immunity. So it's really important that they get that first colostrum. It's been shown that getting an adequate amount of colostrum makes calves actually healthier the rest of their lives.
I want to hold you right there,
Yes.
because people may not realize about, hey, look, any mother or father with a newborn baby, we know about colostrum. We probably don't think about it in the animal world and the importance of it.
Right, it's very important because one of the most important things is the antibodies are very large. So they don't get and when the calf is first born, they can get through the intestines really easily. But as the calf ages, the intestines get smaller pores, so the absorption of colostrum goes down very rapidly. For example, at about 12 hours, you'd expect about half of the colostrum to be able to be absorbed, where at 24 hours, only 10%. So it's very important that the calf gets up quickly and nurses, so that's why it's important to have a stress-free birth as possible, that the calf gets up and nurses quickly. That just greatly increases the likelihood that it's going to get enough immunity.
Now we've got our little calf up and it got the colostrum. Then I guess we're concentrating eventually on weaning, right?
Right. Well, that hopefully is just going to carry on to weaning. But anyway, I'll be talking about colostrum management, and then AJ Tarpoff, who's our K-State Extension beef veterinarian. We're going to have a life-size model cow, and he's going to be demonstrating different presentations, for example, and how to deal with those. For example, if a calf's coming backwards, some suggestions on what you might do if you have maybe a head and the one foot but not the other, on what to do. And in some cases, the best thing to do is call your veterinarian. But that's kind of the gist of what we're going to be talking about.
I'm cruising down the highway headed to work. Wind chills are in the negative numbers. I look out and I go, I bet those cows are cold.
Right.
Maybe that's all I pay attention to. It's a lot more than that.
Well, it's really the same as when we shiver. That's called the lower critical temperature. So when cattle get cold enough that they're shivering, they have to utilize more energy so that they can maintain their normal body functions. The temperature that's going to be is going to depend on two primary things. One is whether the coat is wet or dry, and then how heavy the coat is. For example, right now, cows are in a pretty heavy coats for the most part. Fortunately, they're dry, so basically anything below 18 degrees is they need more energy.
If I'm burning energy, I'm burning nutrients.
Right, and so the main thing to do, the key point, the key takeaway is provide your cattle a windbreak if possible, a natural or a man-made, and then also feed the best hay that you have, because that better hay is going to have a higher energy content, and that's going to be able to meet those increased energy needs.
All right, so Thursday, January 4th, right?
Right, at 6 p.m. at the Oswego Community Center, which is located on the Labette County Fairgrounds, which is at the corner of Union Street and North Street.
And that's how you get a hold of Keith or any of the extension agents. And of course, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask these people. They are a wealth of knowledge. That's why we bring them in for Wildcat Wednesday.
Yeah, and if you could contact our office at 784-5337 so we can have enough food.
Keith, I want to thank you for coming in. He'll make sure you get fed too.
You bet.
I appreciate it. You stay warm out there.
You bet.
All right, we'll be right back after this.